Freddie, what new cool thing from Axonius are you going to show?
Yeah, I'm basically going to show the entire Axonius platform. Why stop at one cool thing if we have everything? So, okay, how Axonius helps for cybersecurity metrics. It starts with a great baseline. When you start thinking about measuring things and actually prioritizing, showing metrics that matter and acting upon those, it's critical that you see everything.
Yes.
If you're just seeing half of the picture, it's like, what's even the point of doing that? Because the whole work of security is prioritization and communicating that to folks. This is what Axonius does right from the get-go. Axonius integrates with all the systems you have across on-prem, across your cloud, your private cloud, and asks a simple question. What are the things that are touching my data, my processes, and therefore they represent a risk to my organization?
And just to make everyone clear, Axonius is an asset management, but it's more than that. They've expanded over time, but it's really, it goes back to this classic premise over asset management. And correct if I'm wrong here, is you can't protect what you don't know. And so what you're providing is the knowledge of what's in your environment. Did I get this all right?
Yes, you get this right.
Okay, good.
It's not only from the perspective of one system, it's through the collective understanding of them all.
Mm-hmm.
So you integrate with these adapters. They are not agents. They are not network tapping devices. So that makes fairly easy to understand what's going on. And then the system will ask all these other solutions what you're seeing. What's the state of these things?
I see a slew of icons and then an asset name and a host name. Just give me an idea. What's happening on each of these lines here?
What's happening on each of these lines here? These are assets reported by all your systems in the collection of them. So what this means is that this server, for example, got reported by your Active Directory, your Checkpoint, your Cisco ISC service, your VMware. So the collection understanding of them all is telling what is the system, where it came up from, what IPs do they have, and other things. So what you're seeing on the left-hand side is the collection of all these different things you have interacting with your data, therefore part of your metrics. That looks interesting, but the more interesting part is the ability to ask questions to these things that drive that understanding in the whole basic of metric. Let's say you say that if it does have CrowdStrike, it's considered safe in my company. But here's the thing. What if it doesn't?
These are on my endpoints that don't have CrowdStrike.
Exactly. And then all these interesting questions started being asked across all your solutions. So let's say the state of security is actually a collection of traits, not only being in your endpoint protection, but also being managed by your CMDB. Or maybe dangerous, or how something is critical is defined by something else. Maybe your host name containing a production in a name. So all of a sudden, all these things that are extremely hard to do and formulate the basis of making good metrics end up being simple queries that you can ask and you can save.
So that last one was, what are my endpoints in production that don't have a CrowdStrike endpoint, correct?
Yes. Without CrowdStrike and without ServiceNow. So imagine how long it would take you just to find this one piece of information that's fundamental for you to tell whether you have good metrics going.
Okay, now hold on. I'm going to drill down. Okay, I have this information. What do I now do with it?
Yes. You got the baseline. Now, like, I can see the machine going in your head.
Oh, because, by the way, I'll just point out that most of our audience is like, and while what you're showing me is impressive, most of our CISOs say, by the way, I don't need you to tell me what all my problems are. I know what all my problems are. I need some solutions. So where do we go for solving this stuff? Go with me on that.
Now that's the place where we go to metrics, right? You have a lot of information. You still don't have a lot of understanding, like what's priority, what I should be taking care of first, what I should be reporting to my company and my board, and so on and so forth. So what we do are two things. The first one is we provide you templates. Think about templates as pre-built metrics based on the experience of our customers of what something will be interesting to report around. Maybe it's around visibility and trends. Maybe it's around remote work. Maybe it's around SaaS management. And each of those will give you previews of how you can do these things, and you can apply in real time to your environment. But the good metrics are the ones that resonate with your customer. In this case, the other person on the side watching this metric and asking what's important in terms of security for me. And this is where you can customize as you see fit and to the many different metrics and frameworks that would work best for your company. What I did over here is that I took two great metrics frameworks that exist in the planet, one from Henrik, the KCI, KPI, KRI. So he measures in a way. Gartner does that with ODM metrics. And I started layering the foundation of those through protection levels. This is how well secure we are. The organizational overall risk, so key risk indicators. Remember, it doesn't matter how secure you are if there are threats outside, and some of those threats are leveled in different ways. And last but not least, I also did key performance indicators that show how well we're tracking over time because, this should be moving to the right direction. As you can see here in this example, I'm not doing a great job. But the magic comes where you start actually customizing this to your needs. And this is where these queries that we create in metrics, they start like playing a factor over here. So I saved just a query that was showing products and systems without CrowdStrike. And all of a sudden that can be also calculated into what I'm doing. Maybe I didn't do here in the perfect pie chart. I could have done in something different, but this can be done for anything you have. Right. So all these different systems across 30 different asset types and also your vulnerabilities end up being the same place for telling the state of security.
Give me an example of one of these templates that's super popular with your customers.
Yeah.
What would be a good one here?
One I like personally because it tells a lot about shadow IT SaaS management.
Okay.
So let me go through this and just throw test one so I know exactly what I created. And it shows over here. So of course, it gets pulled in real time. So now look at what this thing is showing you. It's in real time. What are all your SaaS apps?
We have 102 SaaS apps, 58 are managed, and then we got 44 shadow. That means 44 unmanaged, essentially, right?
Yes.
There you go.
Interesting thing, how we found out these. This is saucy. This is interesting. We actually ask the expense systems that you have in your company, like your business suite, your NetSuite, and stuff like that. Hey, what's being expensed has more than 10 users and is not integrated to my SSO, or I don't have visibility into my CMDB and other systems. And that's the way like we start deriving these metrics that shows the state of security for you.
And I got to assume any of these things you can click through and see more info, right?
Oh yeah. When you click it, you see the query and how it was generated. So that gives you like full visibility into everything, the state they are, how things are created, how things are correlated, and drive also action.
Let me ask you though, I've seen this one, it says it has a column risk, low, medium, high. By out of the box, what would make something high?
Oh, things that will make something high. Example, whether it's configured with SSO or not, even though it supports SSO, or if it's not up to date in the compliance reports. Let's say they are supposed to provide SOC 2 reporting, but it's not necessarily over there, or your company actually requires SOC 2 and they don't provide, among other things.
Very, very good. All right, what any last things you want to show us here?
Yes. And of course, you see a beautiful number in a chart and you're like, oh, cool, I need to work more. How do I solve that? Now, of course, if we just stop at displaying, that wouldn't be awesome enough. So this is the place where you can start connecting your findings, the things you're seeing from your infrastructure, straight to automation and resolution. So remember, we saw production systems without CrowdStrike, which are important to me. And usually I would create a ticket for that, but tickets are so 90s. I actually want to do something else. So let's say if this is a system that is in my Active Directory, that means that if I have a system there, I know I have MECM in my organization integrated. And you know what? I'm going to package and deploy CrowdStrike straight. So why have a ticket system in the first place? This is for full automation. But if that's not the case, of course, I can still go and open a ticket in my system of preference, which because it's production, you know what? I'm going to go PagerDuty. I'm going to go ballistic. I'm going to create a big incident, or maybe it's not. I would use ServiceNow, or all the systems that you have with tickets, they are here and you can manage your way. It keeps track of everything. The magic is it doesn't stop at the metric. It actually provides actionable solution for these repeatable patterns you're seeing across your infrastructure.
Awesome. Well, I'm assuming if someone wants a deeper demo, they want to try Axonius out, they just go to axonius.com, yes?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Challenge you to come up with something we're not capable of integrating on. We're big fans of like giving you all the tools you need to feel powerful, to feel like you can move the metrics forward, you can make your business better.
All right. So challenge Freddie on just that. I like that. What can't we integrate? And everyone wants to be integrated. All right. I love that challenge.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, check them out at axonius.com. Freddie, thank you so much for the demo.